The first round of the 2018 World Cup is over, and the round of 16 teams have been decided, but not without plenty of moments of excitement, confusion, and hilarity along the way. Let's revisit some of the most contentious stories of the opening set of matches with the 10 controversial moments of the World Cup group stage. Number 10. Sweden spying, South Korea shirt swapping. Surprise group-topping Sweden's tournament didn't get off to quite as mighty a start, as they were forced to apologise for spying on the South Korean squad's closed practice ahead of their opening match. The South Korean coach was pretty understanding, saying that he got that teams wanted to gain all the advantage they can, but then said perhaps one of the all-time great World Cup quotes, revealing that he'd had his side wear different numbered jerseys in their warm-up matches to confuse the Swedish scouts because, quote, it's difficult for Westerners to distinguish between Asians. Not only did they take down Germany, but they also gave us that gem. Thank you, South Korea. Number 9. Spain's coach fired before the opening game. A story that by now feels a lifetime ago, Spain's manager was fired 2 days before the opening match of the tournament. After Julian Lopetegui, the former Spanish youth coach promoted to head coach, was announced as Real Madrid's new boss, the Spanish FA decided they couldn't let the slight stand, and so gave him the sack despite him already being in Russia with the squad, and brought in former Spain player Fernando Hierro. The Spanish team don't appear to have suffered as a result because they topped their group nonetheless, but it was a hugely controversial move even before the tournament had properly begun. Number 8. Iranian Nike issues. Iran became somewhat underdog darlings of the tournament in Russia when it was revealed that Nike had refused to supply boots to the team out of fear of punishment for breaking the trade sanctions put in place between the USA and Iran. Iran protested that the sanctions had been in place for years, and this was the first time Nike had chosen to follow them. But it's possible Nike didn't want to run the risk of prison time and million-dollar fines for its employees if they were caught on such a prominent stage. There are no winners in this story, except Cristiano Ronaldo, because Portugal squeaked past Iran to escape the group, and Cristiano Ronaldo always wins. Number 7. Neymar's performances. There's little doubt that Neymar entered the World Cup with a lot to prove. After almost having his back broken last time out and watching from the sidelines as his side capitulated without him on the field, 2018 had something of a revenge tour about it for Brazil, and nobody more so than the world's most expensive player. Being Brazil's star, it's little wonder he's been targeted on the field as teams attempt to disrupt Brazil's rhythm, but the way he's responded has been noteworthy. Rather than capitalise on the space his teammates are getting to shine, he's been screaming at referees, punching the ball in frustration, and insulting his own teammates, according to Thiago Silva. If he keeps turning in match-winning performances, it'll likely be allowed to slide, just like his behaviour is at PSG, but it's always risky playing so close to the edge. Number 6. Mexico and Argentina's chants. Argentina may have just scraped through, but Mexico have been one of the bright spots of the tournament so far, beating Germany in their opening game and qualifying for the second round with some dazzling displays by their young stars. But in a black spot on both of their tournaments, the football associations of both countries were fined for their fans singing homophobic chants in the stadiums. Mexico's during the Germany game when Manuel Neuer was going to take a goal kick, and Argentina for when they were playing Croatia. Authorities are also attempting to identify Argentinian fans who were caught on camera assaulting a Croatian fan during the game and throwing a water bottle at their manager, Jorge Sampaoli's head. Number 5. Serbian-Swiss tensions. Switzerland's stars of Albanian ethnic descent, Granit Xhaka and Xherdan Shaqiri, risked a 2-match ban for their celebrations following their comeback goals against Serbia. FIFA opened an investigation after the pair each made an Albanian double-headed eagle shape with their hands in front of Serbia's supporters, stoking the tensions between Albania and Serbia that have existed since the 90s. They were instead issued a fine each, but so was Serbia after it was found some of their fans had displayed discriminatory banners during the game. The Serbian Soccer Federation's president and coach were also fined for post-match comments criticising FIFA and the match's referee. Number 4. Diego Maradona's antics. Since winning the 1986 World Cup, Diego Maradona has been considered perhaps the best player of all time, and his animosity towards his compatriot Lionel Messi, another contender for the title, has always been quite clear. Despite being Argentina's #1 fan, he's hardly helping the team's cause as an intimidating figure up in the stands each game, and no matter the goings-on the pitch, he's made every effort to steal the show himself, most notably with a double bird flip when his side beat Nigeria to secure second-round qualification. He received medical treatment after the match, so it remains to be seen whether he'll see through the tournament, regardless of how far Argentina make it. Number 3. Argentina's turbulent camp. If the fans' unrest is disturbing, the rumours emerging from the Argentinian national camp aren't doing much to calm them. Atletico Madrid coach and former Argentinian national team star Diego Simeone's WhatsApp audio notes critical of the team's performance against Croatia were leaked to the press, and a journalist's notes detailing a fight between Javier Mascherano and Christian Pavon were also revealed. For what it's worth, a black-eyed Mascherano denied them. Another rumour suggested the players had met to request Sampaoli be removed ahead of the Nigeria game, but what's certain is Sampaoli was back in the dugout at half-time long before the players took the field, and was later caught on camera asking Messi if he should sub on Sergio Aguero, leaving many to reach the conclusion it was Messi who gave the team talk at half-time and was pulling the strings as he's long been rumoured to be. Number 2. VAR issues. Although for the most part VAR has definitely increased the accuracy of decision-making at its inaugural World Cup, that doesn't mean the technology hasn't been without its teething problems in the early stages. Some referees have been overly reliant on it, it's sucked some of the elation out of goals as people contain their celebrations until they're confirmed, and the definition of a quote clear and obvious error, which is required for the video assistants to get involved, seems to vary wildly from game to game, call to call. It would be unfair to deem VAR's introduction a failure at this stage, but whether it's added much to the experience is up for debate. Number 1. Group B table decided by VAR. The video assistant referees had their busiest day yet for the final games of Group B, being directly responsible for not only Portugal and Spain's final positions in the table, but for them qualifying at all. VAR stepped in crucially on 3 separate occasions in Portugal's match against Iran to decide who'd reach the round of 16, once to award Ronaldo a penalty that the referee missed despite being right in front of it, once to encourage the referee to review a foul by Ronaldo which they believed merited a red card, and once to award Iran a penalty late in the game. In the Spain game, they contentiously failed to instruct a review of a 2-footed challenge by Gerard Piqué early in the first half, and then reviewed a goal which was initially incorrectly ruled offside to give Spain an equaliser and a point to escape the group in first place. Who said VAR wouldn't get in the way of the game? Which story do you think is the most controversial? And give us your predictions for what's going to happen in the round of 16. Let us know in the comments below, along with what other videos you'd like to see, and don't forget to give this one a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our World Cup content. Thanks so much for watching, I'm Lloyd Mallison, and I'll see you in the second round.